You can please unmute yourself and or you can even text. Good evening, good evening, everyone. 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 Am I clearly audible? Hello. Am I clearly audible? Hello. Am I clearly audible? Hello. Am I clear? Okay. 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 So, am I audible now? Is my voice clear now,
Am I
everyone?
audible now? Is my voice clear now? Am I audible now? Is my voice clear now?
Is it clear, guys? Any disturbance do you have? Acha, yes, it's yes, we are facing disturbance, or yes, it is clear. Okay, Aishwari, are you trying to say something? I think you are unmute by without knowing it. Acha. Okay, is it better now or it was better before? Can anyone please unmute and say? All perfect. Okay, I see. I just want you all to be interactive. I want to interact with you guys as we used to do in offline classes. Okay, so I want you guys not just to text here. I want you guys to even unmute yourself and have a good interaction and just have a let's have a conversation. Okay, we all know how things work, right? How the classes work. Yes, do we know it? Yes, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. So yeah, so let's begin our class. So for what is the topic that we are going to cover today? So we will be covering one of the most important topics, okay, that might be very, very, very important to you guys. What is it? Resume building and common interview questions. This is resume is a thing which just has the potential to get you recruited, or even has that potential to not let you in any interviews. So people can judge you a conversation with you. How can they do it? Just based on your resumes. So that is what exactly we are going to learn today. Understanding? So what will we cover today? So we are going to learn, first of all, to build a resume or to write one, we should know what is it, right? So yes, we'll see what is a resume. And then we'll go ahead and see the difference between resume and CV. CV is a common term as resume, and a resume we'll be looking at a lot when you are getting interviewed or you're being applying for any jobs online or somewhere else off campus or on campus. There is two different things that a company might ask you. They might ask you your CV and they might ask you your resume. So don't get confused between what is a resume and a CV. They both have the same common task, a similar kind of task, but they both are completely different. We'll learn about it and we'll see different formats, or not specifically different formats, the format which is needed for us. And we'll go ahead with some of the interviews or like the researches a person has done on the resumes. Okay, and we'll even face some of the common questions that might be asked in interviews. Getting interested, guys? Interested? Want to learn? Want to know what is it?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. If you're unable to unmute yourself, you can even text or you can even just raise your hand. You know how to raise your hand? Here is the thing. Okay, it looks something like this. You can just click on it. Yes, so you're raising your hand. Fine. So let's go ahead and start with what is resume, or what is resume. A resume or a CV, okay, in general, what is it? What are these two? They are a formal document that provides an overview of your professional qualifications. So these, or this resume will give you, or give the person who is trying to read it, an overview about you. What is an overview? What have you done? What are your skills? Are you fit to this job or not? A complete overview, okay, about your professional qualifications, including your relevant work experience, skills, education, and notable accomplishments. So, this is basically what a person who is reading your resume would like to know. What is it? What are your professional qualifications, what are your experiences, skills, education, and what have you accomplished. Okay, so we'll go ahead and see what a resume should look like, how can you build one, and a lot of websites that can be useful while creating a resume. Okay, the actual word, from where this resume or this thing, the word has come from, it has actually come from a French word, which means what? Summary. So yes, does this word still has it actual meaning? Yeah, the actual meaning in French is summary. So if you are using resume, which means what? We are just giving our professional summary to a person, right? So it still stands correct. So the actual meaning is still true, we can say that. Yes. So what is it? Why to write an awesome resume? Why should we write an awesome resume? Why is it so important? Why does it even matter? You can just go there, you can just tell to someone, right? You can just uh, showcase your every skills, or you can explain about your whatever you have done in your whole engineering life or something like that, verbally, right? Why do we need this some written stuffs? We need this because if you're applying for something, or if someone wants to know about you without interacting to you, okay, they want to have a basic summary, so that whenever they have an interaction with you, they can ask you something. Okay, if it is on campus or off campus, in both of these scenarios, resumes are a very important thing. Okay, just based on resume. So what happens is, most of the times is, if it is online submissions required, or registration, if you are registering for a job, okay, so what happens is, in the Google form or any forms they have provided with, they'll mention you to just upload your resume, and based on that resume they will check if you are worthy, or if you're worth it of being into that company or not. And once you get shortlisted from that, that thing, only then you will be called for interview or aptitude test or any further activities, any further rounds. So resume is the first and foremost thing that is required to get shortlisted to be interviewed. So if you want to get interviewed, you should first get shortlisted, right? So if you want to get shortlisted to get interviewed, you should have an amazing, awesome resume. That is what you want. So let us see, it helps you to get your dream job. If you have a very beautiful, very strong resume, you will have your dream job. The chances are very high. That's how it works. So let's see what is the difference between resume or a CV. Okay, many people uses resume and CV interchangeably, but they are not the same. CVs are more extensive. Means what? What is going on here? What is extensive? What is CV first of all? What is the full form? So basically, CV means what? Curriculum vitae. Okay. What is CV? CV means curriculum vitae. What is this curriculum vitae? This includes the full extent of your academic credentials and your professional experience. So it basically has a lot of detailed explanation of whatever you have done, everything in detail, for more than 5 pages, or it's like more than 4 to 5 pages. So if it is that huge, which contains every information, every project that you have done, every experiences that you might have had, okay, a big a big uh, a big format of resume can also be called as a CV. That is what I can, we can just make it easier format to understand. So what is resume now? Resumes are concise. Concise means what? They're small. Okay, they only include the skills, qualifications, and why are you, how can you be related to the position you want. So if the position is for software developer, you will have that particular skills which you might have learned, the projects that you might have developed for the similar position. Okay, that suits it well. Okay, And if you have just few points, not everything mentioned in lot of details, not all the things that you might have done in your whole life, if that is not mentioned, that becomes a resume. What is a CV? It includes every single thing that you might have done till now, all the accomplishments that you might have done, irrelative to what position you are applying for. Okay, that might be a proper definition of a CV. Getting it? Understanding? Are you guys following? Am I going very fast or is it slow? Okay. Is it better, guys? Are you guys following what I'm trying to say? Yes. Any issues you face? I'm clearly audible, right? I feel yes. The network is pretty good now. Yeah. Yes. So let's just see how can we, how and what should a resume look like. Okay. Let's just try to see it. Okay. This is our page, right? Yes. So these are the things that we had learned. Nice. So let's continue here only. So what is it? Imagine if this is your resume that you are building. So now you guys tell me, I want you guys to say this answer. What is the first and foremost thing that you should have on top of this resume? If anyone know, please tell me what you should have here. Here. What should be here?
Name.
Who said that? Photo. Nisarga. Okay. Very good. Who said name, man? Please, I want to know who said that.
Aishwarya.
Acha Aishwarya, you told. Very good. So yes, we should have name here. Okay. Name is the most important thing that you should have on top of your resume. Why? Why? Because if you have mentioned all the skills, all the project that you have done, everything that you have accomplished till now, and they're like literally they have like loved it. They have liked whatever you have accomplished, whatever you have done, the works that you have created, the project that you have done. But ultimately, if your name is somewhere hidden inside of this resume at any corner, they might not just have time to just find and where is your name. They don't have that much of time. So if your name is not clear and not visible enough, then it might be a problem. So usually what happens in a lot of resumes, names have a bigger font, or even bold texts. Okay, and they are at the top of the resume, big, clear, and visible. Okay, that is what the first and foremost thing should be in your resume, your name. Okay, should we include photos? Is it recommended? Okay, Sunita said skills. No, first we'll go with name and then we'll look after other things. Okay, Aishwarya says yes. The question is, should we include photos or not?
No, sir.
Okay, Priya says no. Okay, yes. Okay, yes, we have multiple answers here. Some are saying yes, some are saying no. I'll just tell you what should be there. Okay, it should be included or not. So yes, photos are not at all recommended. I would ask you guys, unless and until if the recruiter himself has given in the job posting that resume should have a photo. Until then, don't include photos in your resume. Okay, there is no need. Okay, so no one is gonna judge you based on how you look like. Yes, Apurva says it is not recommended. Very good. So yes, do not include your photos. Then what should be next? What should we include? So you can include your contact details. Okay, and yeah, let's keep it small. Contact details, it should not be similar size to that of your name. Okay, I'll just share what all the exactly how a resume should be, or where you can go, what website you should use to develop one. But I'll just tell you first. Okay, your phone number or contact, how can they contact you? That might also include emails. Okay, email ID, your email ID. Can someone please drop your email ID in the chat? For example, I just want to use an email ID as example. Drop your email ID in the chat. Okay. Okay. Let's have this one. Aishwarya is like a pretty. Okay. Good. Oh, okay. We have this one as well. That is also good. Okay. So now I'll just tell you how your email ID should not be like. Okay. Say I'm gonna use your email IDs for this purpose. I'm sorry, but you can even learn from this. Okay. So what is 2006 here? Priya, can you just explain why you have used 2006? So that might be your birth year, right? The year you might have born. Yes? If yes, please. Yeah, you can text Priya if you want.
Sir, it's my sister's email ID, sir.
Yes, sir. That is birth year only, sir.
Okay, no problem. So it might be yours or it might not be yours. No issues. I'm just giving example. So what is mentioned here is 2006, and trust me, I have seen a lot of people with more worse email IDs. And email ID should just have your name and nothing else. Okay, that will be called as a proper email ID. Okay, for example, if this was the email ID, Priya, and if would have expanded what is your surname. I don't know it, but still, let's imagine if something, it would have been like underscore h underscore n underscore h, something like this. Okay, if it would have been like this would be better. Email IDs without any specific numbers, or without you showing your birth year or birth date, something like that. So some of them have completely mentioned their, might have mentioned their birth dates here, like 12/6 something something, 2004 5. So email IDs with numbers, not recommended. So build your new email ID in such a way that it should not have any numbers. Why am I telling this? So even they might have remembered your name. Okay, they might have got, okay, Aishwarya was the one, or Priya was the one. She, that resume I liked it. So if they want to send you, a mail, then if they just forgot to include any one of these numbers, because you are including so many numbers, there might be an issue, for you to get the mail. And this email IDs, these kind of email IDs will not look professional at all. What are these numbers? Because you did not get exactly what email ID your name was, so you are just adding some random numbers. That feels awkward. Okay, so recommended is what? Create email IDs in such a way. You can go ahead and create one as well. Okay, so yeah, this one is good. This is very good, I would say. because you're not at all including any numbers or any other details that you might not want to share to someone. So this is good. Your name, your surname, your name at gmail.com. That's fine. That is very good. So go ahead. If you don't have a proper email ID, it might be Gmail, or you can go ahead and try out some other mails as well, Yahoo or something like that. So if you have built one, if you didn't get one, I would give you hints. Okay, I just tell you, try to use dots, points, okay, or underscores. Even there you can have a possibility or a chance to get email IDs without using numbers. Okay, why do we use numbers? Basically because they will tell that email ID is already taken. So try to use points or underscores, something like that, similar to it. Okay, even you can use this one, dash, or what do we call this, even you can use this thing. So if you add something like that, you can have email IDs without any issues. Okay, without including some random numbers or without exposing your birth year or birth date is. Okay, that is the thing. So recommended is what? Go create an email ID. If you don't know, there is nothing compulsory that you should have only one email ID. Please go ahead and make a new email ID where you don't add random numbers to it. Okay, have an email ID. And as I've also mentioned you guys earlier, create a GitHub account for yourself. Be consistent there. Okay, add your GitHub account here. Okay, if you add your GitHub account, the one who is trying to recruit you, okay, the one who is reading your resume online mode, they can just click on it. If they click on the GitHub link, or the name that you have provided there, if they search it or click on it, they'll be redirected to your GitHub account, where they'll see what projects that you have developed and what contributions that you have made. Okay, understanding. And yeah, please tell me how many of you have LinkedIn account and how many of you don't have it. Okay, raise hand if you have LinkedIn account. Yes, 31, 34. Okay, fine. So those who don't know what LinkedIn is a social media platform for basically professionals. Okay, it is a professional social media platform, we can say something like that. Okay, where you can share your work experiences or share what you have achieved or earned, something like that, and showcase your skills basically. Okay, and there are a lot of companies who even post job postings or job opportunities in LinkedIn. So it is a very great, very useful platform. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, create one, and don't forget to add that LinkedIn account in your resume. Okay, so this is what the first part of your resume should look like. And you can even add your address if needed, but not recommended. Fine. So this is like the most first, like, important things that you must and should include in your resume. We'll go ahead and discuss a lot of things. And yeah, so we have a person. There is a person who is called as Jeff something. So what he has done is he analyzed over 1,25,000 plus resumes. Okay, imagine analyzing 1,25,000 plus resumes. And after analyzing these many resumes, they have given few points, few statistics, few key points, that where they found flaws, what mistakes people make, and how the responses are to what kind of resume. So based on this complete stats, we have certain things that we might want, and it might be mandatory for us to discuss today. So we'll go ahead and look what these things are, and how can we improve ourselves by this analysis what they have done. Yeah, first of all, let us know what things we should know while we are trying to write a resume. Most HR managers do not need to know your birth date, see your photo, or learn your first email address from mid school or middle school. So, what does this mean? So, they are not interested, or they, you know, most of the HRs are not interested in what? Knowing your birth date, which year or which month you have been born, something like that. So, there is no need to include birth dates and photos. So do not include your photos unless they have informed, or it's been mandatory. Okay. And first email address means what they are trying to say, the numbers that I have shown, the email address you might have created when you were just new to all these technologies, and you didn't know exactly how and what works. So don't try to use the ones that you had made, like your first trial and error something. So because of this, most of the resumes look unattractive, and they are like, the person who has created this hasn't even tried to put any efforts to improving the resumes. So we'll go ahead and discuss what you should do and what exactly you need to do. So based on the survey conducted by conducted on 1,25,000 plus resumes by Austin. So the name is Austin Belkak. So there are 5 key learnings that he told, or he expressed after analyzing more than 1,25,000 resumes. So what is it? Resumes with a LinkedIn profile see higher interview rates, but only 48% of resumes included a LinkedIn profile. So what does this mean? What they are trying to say is, the profiles or the resumes which had LinkedIn account or LinkedIn profile in their resume mentioned, okay, if they have mentioned it, there is a higher chance that they will get shortlisted and they will be called for interviews. Understanding? So that is what the importance of adding LinkedIn to your resume can be. But what the analysis showed, more than 48%, which means what, nearly 50% of the resumes do not include it. Getting it? So you should not be among this 48 or 50% of people who might have not included your their LinkedIn accounts. Okay, so don't forget to create a LinkedIn account, add that LinkedIn account to your resume. Understanding? Am I audible? Am I clear? Are you guys following what I'm trying to tell? Is it complicated to follow? You can say yes or no in the chat. No, sir. What? No. You're not following? Acha. No, no okay. No complications you're trying to say. Okay, fine. Yes, fine. So what is the thing here? So do not forget to add your LinkedIn accounts. That is what, these are the complaints, or these are the takes that he has shown. Let us see what further improvements also been suggested here. So the second one is, candidates only include 51% of important keywords and skills, heavily under indexing on soft skills. So what is this now? What, this is completely new. What are you trying to say? We are not following. What is it? Candidates only include 51% of important keywords, which means what? What are these important keywords which might be? Okay. The important keywords which might be are, for example, if there was a, the job posting, there was a job was for actually for Python developer, imagine. Okay, there is a Python developer requirement going on. Okay, and they have told you to apply for this one and post your resume, and you also was interested in this. You also showed, yes, I want this job, and you have uploaded your resume and done all of those required. But what happened is, in that resume that you had uploaded for a Python developer post, it doesn't include the keywords that were required. The keywords can be what? The keywords can be like anything related to your skills, like technical skills required. So you might have mentioned JavaScript, Java, HTML, CSS, full front end development, back end. But that is not what is required, right? What is required? Python developer. So you might showcase your skills related to Python. So Python professional, or machine learning. Okay, understanding. So you can showcase your skills related to that particular keywords which are required. So what happens? 51% of keywords are not included. More than what is it? Candidates only included 51% of important keywords, okay, and skills. And moreover, when they're including all of this, they do not consider soft skills to be important. I'll tell you the difference. Why is it important? Why should we do it? Why should we include this? Okay, we'll discuss on it as we go on further. Measurable matrices improve resumes outcomes. So measurable matrices, but only
So measurable
26% of
matrices,
resumes
but
included
only
five
measurable
or
matrices
more
of resumes in
matrices or matrices. So I'll tell you what these matrices are when we are discussing, and when we will discuss the solutions for all of these problems. If you understand how to use these matrices, trust me, you will be unique, or you will have a better resume than most of the people around there. Okay, so that is how it is. So only 26% of people have this. Imagine, solo, out of 1,50,000, nearly 1,25,000, right? Yeah. So that is a lot, man. That is a lot. If there are only 26 people including this, and you start including this to your resumes, I'll tell you what this is exactly. So imagine the chances of getting hired. Fourth one is what? Research shows the ideal resume length is 475. 475 to 600 words only. And 77% of the resumes fell out of that range. So the ideal range, the recommended range, the number of words that you should have, okay, is 475 to 600 words. Okay, if you have that, well and good. But more than 77% or nearly 77% of the resumes fell out of that range, which means what? They are either less than 475 words, or it might be like they are more than 600 words. So which means what? Your resume should not be more than like being 3 pages, 4 pages, might be huge, might be a lot. So 1.5 to 2 pages enough. That is what resume is, or resume is. Even they include 1 page resumes nowadays. Okay, if you are professional who have work experiences, you can just showcase 1 page resumes. That's enough. But for freshers, because you might want to include the projects that you might have worked on, so that can exceed your pages, and it can become 2 pages max. So don't exceed this limit. Okay, if you want to know what the words length should be, how many words am I including or not, you can use Microsoft Word, where they'll even show the number of letters that you are using, or the number of words that you might have used. There is a count that keeps track. Understanding? So that is how the range is from 475 to 600 words. Don't try to exceed it. Fluffy content takes away from a resume's value. but 51% of resumes included buzzwords, cliches, or incorrect pronunciations. So, what is this fluffy content? Fluffy content mean, what is fluffy? When do you call something as fluffy? When it is over, right? When it is big, fat, something like that. So, if it is like that, which means what? What do you mean by fluffy resumes or fluffy content in resume? You're just trying to add some random buzzwords. What is a buzzword? The words which are being repeated a lot. Okay, I'll just show you an example what the buzzwords are and like what are these buzzwords. Example on buzzwords. Okay. Okay, buzzwords in resumes. Let's go. Wait a second. We'll just do a better search. Yeah, this one. So the buzzwords which will kill your resume. One is a fast learner. So you mentioning a lot, I'm a fast learner, I can do this, I'm a fast learner, I can do that. Okay, that is a very overused word. So words which are very used in many in the major resumes, in if there are 10 resumes, 9 resumes include the same similar words, similar patterns of words. Okay. So those are like the buzzwords. Using team player, okay, as your skill, or communication skills as one of your skills, so that can be a buzzword. Okay, you're just trying to use that to make your resume look good, but instead of that, what happens? Instead of your resume looking good, what happens is it'll just kill your resume. They'll look at it and they'll feel, okay, he's just using these words to make me, or the one who is trying to read the resume, the interviewer, the HR, to feel that you're something good. But ultimately these are just words which are in trend. That is why you're trying to use them. So they know what the words are, right? So these are the buzzwords which can kill your resume. So I would recommend you guys to go ahead and search this one, buzzwords that spoils your resume. 90 plus, there are 90 plus buzzwords that can spoil your resume. Understanding? So just try to avoid these kind of buzzwords. Flexible, self motivated. So there are a lot. Okay, trust me. So you can just go to this website, scroll it, read it, and try to avoid those buzzwords in your resume. Okay, so that is what they are telling. So just because you want to fill your resume with something good and want to make your resume look good, interesting, you might add some words that are trending and all, but ultimately what might happen is it might spoil your resume. So try to make sure to not include exactly what is the same buzzword that is going on in trend. So try to avoid it. For example, the buzzword right now in the whole corporate society that is going in softwares and all is AI. So AI has become the biggest buzzword. Okay, so if a company says, so like AI for right now has become a buzzword. Okay, why buzzword I'm telling? Because everyone is simply just trying to add, if even though they might not have included AIs, but that company will say AI is integrated, we are making use of fastest AI in the world to build this software or something, so that it might look like, yes, this is advanced, this is the great newest technology ever. But ultimately they might just use this name or this word AI just to make the customers or the users to feel that, okay, this is trending or something. Or it become, AI has become like a buzzword right now. Everyone is trying to use it. Okay, actually AI is powerful, but if they aren't even including it, mentioning it might become a buzzword. Okay, so that is how what a buzzword is and why a buzzword should not be included in resumes. Did you guys get what a buzzword is and why you should not add it? Yes or no, guys? Binary answer, one or zero. You can even type one and say yes. I'll understand that. You know, right? Very good. Very good. So someone with any zeros here? Is there anyone who has a zero here? So yeah, and one more thing. After you have raised your hands, please lower your hand. So next time when I ask any question, I want to see new hands popping up. So yeah, just lower your hands. You can just click on it again. You can lower it. Okay, fine. So let us go ahead and yeah, let us see what the solutions is. What is the solution now? How can we do it? What should we do it? So this is the graph which shows including LinkedIn profile on your resume. What impact can just including your LinkedIn to your resume can have. So for those who have attended data interpretation classes in aptitudes might know how to analyze a bar chart, right? Mostly everyone knows this. Okay, so we have learned, right, how to examine a bar chart. So now tell me what is this. So in gray we have the resumes with no LinkedIn account. Okay, in dark blue we have, what is this, bare bones LinkedIn. I'll tell you what it is. Okay, we have in blue what we have, comprehensive LinkedIns. Okay, so here we have percentage of callback rate for job interviews, which means if zero is what, they do not get a callback. So this is the percentage of they getting a callback just based on their resumes. Okay, so what they are telling is, what is gray? Gray is no LinkedIn, and this is with LinkedIn but bare ones. I'll tell you what it is. So imagine you're getting 78% of chances. 78 is a percent of chance that you will get a call back if you not include a LinkedIn. So that is how low that can be. Okay, so only 78 7.8% are getting callbacks if they do not include LinkedIn. But what does this dark color show here? It shows they have included the LinkedIn. Okay, it is a LinkedIn which is included here. But what is the rate here? 7.4, which is less. If you see here, it is 8.2 without LinkedIn for middle level, and with LinkedIn it is 7.2. What is this going on? So you just told us you should include LinkedIn, but now the graph is showing something else. What is this? And what is comprehensive LinkedIn and this bare bones LinkedIn? Yes. So basically, what this means is, this means that you having a proper LinkedIn account where you have kept interacting, kept updating. You got yourself updated. You have posted what work you have done. You have included the projects. You have uploaded the certification that you might have gotten. Okay, so if you are going in LinkedIn and staying active there, this that means comprehensive LinkedIn. So just adding a LinkedIn account where the LinkedIn account is completely blank and you haven't mentioned any of your educational details, neither your certifications nor the projects that you have conducted ever, neither any of the professional experience you wanted to share. If you haven't even included any, then if you're trying to add that LinkedIn, that becomes, that decreases the chances of getting callbacks. So what is recommended here is add a LinkedIn account, but you should stay active
You
there.
should
What
stay
does active
you
mean?
should
You should
stay
open it every
active.
day,
You
like
should
someone,
stay
share
every.
something. Yeah, that might be one of the part. But what is more important is that you should post your experiences, your journeys, your participating in any competitions. Click a photo, share there that yes, I had participated in there in that competition and I have learned a lot of things. Okay, doing these kind of stuffs on LinkedIn, sharing your profiles, or even if you're trying to learn something new, share this. Today I tried to learn this thing and we have got to know these points. So even that you're trying to mention, that shows what you're trying to learn things, you're getting new skills and you're staying up to date. Okay, you have that potential, you're trying to share something, right? So that is like a social media but for professionals. So maintain that professionality and share your projects, your certifications that you might take in further future, or the prizes that you might have gotten for because you might have participated in any of the competitions there. So that is what a comprehensive LinkedIn can be. Understanding? So if you have a proper LinkedIn, see the difference. See the difference here. Understanding, right? You can see the difference, right? So this is what it changes. So if you have a proper LinkedIn account linked to your resume, then this is the amount of chances that is increased for you to get an callback for interview. Callback doesn't mean actual callback, even they can mail. Okay, understanding, guys, what is a difference between just a plain LinkedIn account and a comprehensive active LinkedIn account? Why should it be included? You got the point now? Understanding? Yes, I want everyone to respond here who all are listening. I just want to see who's listening. Yes, very good, very good. Yeah. So, very good. So that is how it is, guys. So that is why having a proper LinkedIn account, linked to your resume is very important. Okay. So that is how just a LinkedIn account in your resume can change the chances. So where I have got this data, this is not my own data that I have created, and I'm telling you, see, this might be the chances 7.8 random numbers. No, that is not me. So that is who? Austin, right? Austin. Based on this 125 resume surveys, this is the graph that he got. So that means a lot. Okay, this the huge amount of data that they have researched on, and this callback systems and all what is this data is going on here is completely true, and that is what the importance of a LinkedIn can be. So let's go further and see what else can we do. So include the right keywords. ATS tracking system, have you guys ever heard about ATS? Have you guys ever heard about ATS system? What is an ATS tracking system? Can do you know? Yes, no, guys. If you don't know, then say no. Yes. Okay. ATS tracking system means what? ATS tracking system means applicant tracking system. ATS system basically. ATS. Okay. Applicant tracking system. Which means what this thing does is basically nowadays, because everything is going in a fast paced scenario, so everything is fast right now. So because of this, even one person watching some thousands of resumes, hundreds of resumes for one particular job can be a huge task, right? So if one person is sitting and is trying to go through some 200 to 250 resumes, he might not be able to actually sort out which resume was proper, which was not. He might get confused, right? That is a huge task to do. So now what they have done is, what majority of the softwares, IT sectors, wherever you're trying to apply, trust me, in majority of this applications right now, ATS system is being used. What is this? It is an automated system which sees all of these 250 resumes and selects which resume is good, which resume is bad. So what this does, sorts the resumes. Okay, this sorts the resumes, understanding? So this system will take your resume one day and it will see if you are good for that position or not. So how can this system see? Why are they giving one random system to look at what our resume is? Okay, why is it? Because they have given the keywords to it. What is the keywords here? For example, it might be like, if you are applying, okay, let's take the example that we were taking earlier, Python developer. So if you are applying for a Python developer job, if you have included the right keywords that might be required, if you have included the right points that might be required, so then what will happen? Then they will show a very great score, and then they will tell like, yes, these keywords match exactly to that job what you are trying to apply for, and this system will sort your resumes. And the fact is, the harsh fact is here is, hard skills are 60% matched and soft skills are only 28%. So basically, people do not focus on soft skills. What that is what is being said here. Okay, so what is the overall motto of this thing is, even though your hard skills might be good, what is hard skills? Technical skills might be good. If you are not mentioning soft skills properly in your resume and not focusing on them, that can literally spoil your chances of getting shortlisted by an ATS system. So if you have developed a resume and you want to know what your ATS score can be, so these are some of the sites. I'll share the link to you guys. So if you click on rate my resume, these are free sites. Okay, so even we have resume builders example. Don't build your resumes here. I'll tell you another platform where you can go. But if you want to check what your resume is, what resume score is, it looks something like this. If it is 95%, it is well and good, and if it is less than 60, it shows poor, bad, something like that. And they will even tell you if there is a grammatical mistake, if there are points that you might have not mentioned. So even they will recommend you. So what I suggest you guys to do is, put your resume here, note the score what you have got, go to this site or any similar sites, check your score here, and even check your score here. So once you have got three scores, the scores might be different based on what criteria these are mentioning, they are judging on. So take an average of these three scores. How to take an average? Add the scores, divide by 3, right? So take the scores of all from all of these three websites. I'll share this thing to you. So once you have got it, then what you can do is you can take an average of it. Once you have got the average, you will get to know what exactly your score might be. Okay. So that is how important your resume can be. Just if you're including right keywords. Okay, these right keywords are so important, understanding? So yes, try to mention soft skills as much as you can. Focus on them. Don't forget, soft skills are as important as hard skills. Okay, I've told you guys, if you want to get into a software, you might require hard skills. Software company or in the corporate life, if you want to get in, you might just require hard skills. But once you are there, if you want to survive, stay longer than one or more years, then you surely should have proper soft skills. Okay, so don't forget to mention soft skills. And okay, now tell me, sir, I have told so many things. We will even discuss few more things which are necessary to build a resume. But how can we build one? Where should we? Should we go to Microsoft Word? Should we build there from scratch without knowing anything? Don't do it. There are a lot of websites where you can, develop CVs for free. One of the example is Flow CV. Flow CV is a very beautiful platform where you can create your resumes without having to put a lot of effort.
Uh,
Okay, so I'll just
okay,
show you some
so
one example. If this is flow cv,
so Ishar, you can
okay,
see
the
that.
name is flowcv.com. If you want, you can just search it
Uh,
and you will have it. So here we have resume builder. So if I just click on it, okay, let's see what all the templates are. See all the templates. So these are some of the templates that they are showing. So in these templates, you might find colorful images, okay, colorful themes. Trust me, the HR or the interviewer doesn't like to, get attracted by your resume. Okay, you're not you're not showcasing your graphical designing skills or even your ability to work with these kind of things. It is not at all important for you to have very beautiful formats, okay, beautiful colors involved, underlinings, these that it is not at all recommended. So ideal resume should look something like this one: plain black and white, your name, location if needed, email, phone number, LinkedIn, GitHub account, professional experiences, education, skills, languages. Once you have done with building with this thing, I'll just use this and just show you how you can do one. Mm, no, I don't want. I just don't want to share my details. Okay. So yes, so what it is, you can
मेरा
use this one.
जयप्रकाश, आप देख रहे
You
हैं
have a
जयप्रकाश
lot of
यूट्यूब
options
चैनल।
here.
तो दोस्तों मैं
Okay,
आज आपको बताने जा रहा हूँ
plain. I
पांच
would
बेसिक
recommend you
टूल्स
guys to
ऐप्स के
just go
बारे
for
में
plain black and
जिन्हें
white theme where you don't have any photos or something like that. Pick one and do not forget to know whatever the points we have discussed. See here, Andrew Kim. Once you open this thing, you can just know how differently the name is written. Bold, different font, big enough. Okay. So now, what is it? Next topic that the question was here was measurable metrics. Okay, only 26% of resumes include this. What is this? Okay, how are we going to add this in our resumes? What am I you know even discussing about? So example, how can you add a measurable result is, imagine telling accomplish something as measured by something by doing something. I'll take an easier example for you guys. Imagine we have three applicants, okay, and you are the HR now. Imagine we have three applicants named A, B, and C. Okay, I want you guys to answer this one. Okay, so listen carefully. So if we have three people, A, B, and C, now tell me if A says, "Sir, I have, okay." The job is for marketing engineer or professional, so it's for marketing purpose. We want a person who can sell a lot, do proper marketing, proper showcasing. So that is what we want. Someone who can do it properly, who can be master of this thing. So we want to see between from A, B, and C, who is better at marketing, who has proper skills. So if we see, if A says, "Sir, I am very good at marketing. I have a lot of experience in marketing. I have done marketing for more than 2 years. This is my whole profile." Okay. And if B says, "Sir, I'm awesome at marketing. I have done a lot of it. I've, I have had a record of selling these many things in my whole journey. And I'm very good at it, sir. Trust me." Okay. B also says something similar. And if C says, "Sir, I have got a reward to be the best marketing, uh, market, what we can say, best salesman in my last job profile. And how did I do that? I have got that reward because I had done a sales of more than 500 in one day." Okay, and then it can be like, by how did I do that? By doing a very hard working, a very intellectual skills. because of my intellectual skills. It might be something like that. Just making a story here. So imagine listening to all these three. Whom would you pick as your you know partner, or the one as your employee? Okay, so ideally, because A just mentioned he had awesome skills, okay, he did a good job, and he is good at it. He didn't say anything specific. And B said something similar to it. What I am good at it. I did something similar. I am very awesome at it. I have a very good experience. And but see what he did. He specifically mentioned what reward he got by doing what? By doing so many sales or so many marketing stuff, something related to that. I don't know exactly what they do. Something, right? Understanding, if you have told, sir, I have won a hackathon. Imagine, accomplish something. I have won a hackathon by second prize by doing what? By doing developing a software or something related to that hackathon, you can say. So if you are exactly mentioning what you have accomplished and what is the number of things that you might have done. So if imagine, because she said I have accomplished a prize for being the best market person, okay, best salesman, as measured by, because of doing 500 sales in one day, okay, by doing what? By doing that whole job very intelligently. Now something like that, if you are giving this whole stuff where they can see numbers, okay, if where the HR can see numbers or the interviewer can see numbers, okay. So if I have done something very good by this number, and you have done a very great job in last time, so they will be able to measure that thing. Understanding the point? Basically, just based on your words, no one can understand exactly what you might have done, okay. So if there are numbers involved there, what you might have achieved or exactly what you have done, if that is been mentioned there, so that increases the higher chances of getting, you know getting that job opportunity, okay. So you are adding something that can be measurable. Understanding? So 59% of resumes included fewer than 3 instances. So they are telling there are the number of instances means what? The resumes that have included measurable numbers. So there are less than 59% of resumes that included even instances. Understanding? So there are a lot less people who are doing this. So if you still can't understand how to frame this sentence based on this thing, go ahead and tell this thing to chat gpt. Tell it, I want to express what I have done till my engineering. Explain it what you have done till now. Tell it, I've done these many projects, I've done that, done this. And tell it should be in a measurable metrics, or even give this format to it: accomplished x as measured by y and by doing z. If you even give this format to it, it can give you a measurable metric if you can't frame a sentence. Understanding? So if you just can add something similar to it, then it can be very, very, very helpful. Okay, that is what this study says. Okay, keep length between 475 words to 600 words. Okay, so this is the length. So this is the interview rate, the chances of getting interviewed, and this is the range from 475 to 600. So see the difference. The ones that had the number of words less than 400 or near less than 500, so this is the amount of being, interviewed, getting an interview. Or this is the amount of getting interviewed if we have more than 600 words. It is pretty less. So it peaks where is it highest, where is it maximum? It is maximum at 475 to 600 words, which might be nearer to 550 or 600 something. Okay. So if you are trying to keep this ideal length of the words, then your chances are very high. Understanding? So do not use buzzwords and cliches. Buzzword like what? Fast learner, team player, results driven, hardworking, self motivated. These are the similar buzzwords that I had shown earlier. Okay. Try to avoid those random buzzwords which you might feel if I include might, add good things to my resume. But instead of giving you a plus point, they are trying to reduce your points. Okay. So do not try to add these random buzzwords, I would say. Getting it, guys? Understood? Understood? So these are the points that have we have understood when this Austin person had tried to understand analyze more than 1 lakh resumes. Okay, these were the points that we got to know. Understanding? So important 5 points. Okay, are you guys following? Very good, very good. I like those ones here. Yes. So now, if you want to create your resume, just try to remember these points. Okay. Include the right keyword, include in LinkedIn profile, measurable metrics, make sure the length is proper, and you're not trying to use some random buzzwords to get, uh, you know, to build your resume. Include what you feel is necessary, what is true about yourself. Don't even try to fake resume. If you try to fake even one single project and the question is that will be asked to you while you are getting interviewed is about that project, your whole whatever you might have worked hard on, like aptitude or something, might get completely wasted just because you added a random project that you might have not done and you might have not known about it. Okay. So make sure that you are adding things which you have done it or you might at least know it. Okay. Yes. Following, guys? Are you getting the point of how to build a resume actually? Yes, very good. So now make sure that whatever you do, you can go to this website, try to build one. The complete website is very user friendly. You can use it as you want. Wait, I'll just try to show the use case of it. Give me 1 second. I'll just open another browser. Yes. Yeah. Give me a second. So I have opened it. I'll just show you. Yeah. So here you can add your name. Let's take Mohan as an example. So here, this is how it looks like, guys. You are not actually working on this template, not physically and doing all the alignment stuffs, adding the spaces, removing the commas and all. You're just adding what you are. Okay. Here we can write it as a Python developer. Some random email. Don't add random emails in your resumes. I'm adding a random email for just this example purpose. Okay, some random numbers and country. What is it? Let's say Karnataka, India. Okay, something like this. So even they will give you some more additional options where you can even add, if your the birth date, if it is recommended, you can add your LinkedIn profile. So yeah, anyone have any doubt? So if you have doubts, you can just unmute and ask. I thought someone has doubt. So here you can even link. What if I'm saying, if I say linkedin.com, let's go to it. Something like that. You can go to your profile, copy the link that is above your profile when you open it, and you can add that link here. So whenever someone clicks on this thing, your LinkedIn thing, okay, in your actual PDF, so they'll be redirected to the website or the link that you have added. Okay, so it is a link. Basically it looks something like this. Your resume might look something like this, and this is clickable, so you can click on it. Once you click, you'll be taken to that page, or basically your profile. Okay, so go ahead and try to add links. You can add GitHub account. Okay, so GitHub can be something like that. So even it looks pretty good. Phone, small logos, which might look good and at the same time. So you can add links, you can add a lot of things. So save it. So you can add other contents as well. So secondly, I would like you guys to mention your education first, because you are freshers, right? So you have done what? Bachelor's in engineering. Okay, example, let us take CSE. So it looks something like this. So did I try to make the font bigger? Did I draw this line? Did I try to change the fonts, change the shape? No, I didn't. I am just writing here. I'll just write a random school, let us say, uh, okay, we will include our college only, SKSVMACET. Okay, so we have the college name as well. You can even add college website link here. Okay, when you can mention the city, Lakshmeshwar, and country is India. So yes, it looks something like this. Okay, it's pretty basic, pretty simple, pretty easy. You should not do something very difficult task to build a resume. You should not beat your head every day doing this thing repeatedly. You can even add your skills like Python developer. So you can even go ahead and add your skills, do a lot of stuffs, showcase your stuffs. Okay, just use this website, do something like this. It might Okay. Am I audible, everyone? I just got disconnected. I don't know why, because of some network issues. Is it clear? Am I audible? Okay. So, am I clear to everyone here? Can you please unmute and tell me? I can't see the text.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you so much. So, yeah, where was I? So this is basically how you can you can just go there, work out, build your resume within seconds. Why do we want to not spend more time on building resume? Why am I telling to, this shortcuts method to build one? Why? Because not all the resumes that you are going to share should be same. Okay. So if there is a job opening for some front end developer, imagine front end developer means what? Someone who builds website, someone who builds app, someone related to that. Okay, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So you should have a different resume for him, for that position. If there is a job for a software engineer, okay, where you have to develop some softwares, okay, so you should have a different resume for that. So every job opportunity that you are going, you should have a unique resume where you have mentioning exact skills that is required by them, exact soft skills that they are mentioning, exact talents, or exactly what uh, you know particular technical and non-technical stuff they might have included in the job posting. So first what you should do is first try to read whatever it is mentioned in the job posting. What is job posting? They'll tell we want this much, 5 people requirement, recruitment is being done. Okay. And we want that person to be highly skilled in JavaScript, Java, Python, so something like that. So whatever they are mentioning you should be skilled in, additional stuffs what they are also mentioning, try to include those stuffs, try to include those points. Okay. That is the whole motto of developing a resume. Why we should have separate resumes is, one resume should not be, will not be enough. Okay, if you're developing for Python developer, you can't just share the same resume for front end developer. Okay, that is one of the major flaws that is been done. Okay, so try to avoid that error, try to not get involved in it. Most of you guys might have not known this till now. So once you got this information, I want each one of you to go there, build a resume, download it, save at least 2 to 3 different formats of resume based on your interest right now. Okay, just spend some time using this flow CV. You can even do a lot of customizations if needed. Something, there is an option called as customize. Go here, see what changes you can make, see if you click this it change. So a lot of things can be done. You can even interchange your skills educations like this. So there are a lot of stuffs. Okay, you can just go watch it, understand, learn. Okay, even you can add a border to this thing, which I don't recommend, but still you can do it, man. So even you can change fonts, you can do a lot of stuffs. There are a lot of things going on in this simple website. So go ahead, explore it, understand it. Okay, that is what I would recommend you guys right now. And do not forget to I mean, do not forget these points that we have discussed right now. What should be the length? Try to avoid the buzzwords. Increase the number of this measurable matrices. Give importance to soft skills as you might give to any hard skills. Okay, and add a proper LinkedIn profile. And ultimately, one thing I would like to tell you guys is, even I might have told you guys earlier in uh, the offline classes, writing a resume and building a resume is completely different. Okay, writing a resume and building a resume is completely different. Why they are different? Why? Because in writing a resume, what you're doing is you're just opening this website and writing whatever you might have done, whatever projects you might have created. Okay, in professional here we have even project section. See, project. So in project you might add something you might have done, human resource management, something similar to it, something. Okay, any projects that you might have done, you might add it here. But that is what writing resume is all about. What is building a resume? Building a resume means you're working hard in the background. You're trying to actually get those technical skills. You're working on your LinkedIn profile. Okay, you're working on what? You're working on your GitHub account. Okay, you're doing projects, you're going for internships, you're taking certifications, online certifications. There are a lot of free certifications that is been done. So you doing all of it, that comes under building a resume. What are you doing? You're doing some job so that you can showcase in your resume. That is building resume. Writing resume means you're just mentioning whatever you might have done till now. So for those who still have time, I mean, most of you have time till still. Okay, so work on building a resume, work on your LinkedIn profile, work on your GitHub. What do I mean by work on LinkedIn, work on GitHub? Spend some time there. Create a project. Let it be small, let it be big. Try to do any kind of contributions in GitHubs. Okay, try to get known there. Okay, so there are a lot of things that can be done. So try to understand it, read it, follow it. So once you will do it properly, you will have a proper, perfect resume. Okay. Trust me, once you have the awesome resume, your majority part of the job is done. So how can you create a best resume? By knowing yourself and also by knowing the job details. So if you are completely into embedded systems only, you are completely an easy person, you can't just come out of it. So then do not go to even, don't force yourself to attempt for some other random complicated, profiles, job opportunities that might come. If you don't have the knowledge, if you have it, you are interested, then you are going well and good. Okay. What I'm trying to tell you is, know yourself first. Know what you're good at, know what you're bad in. Add those points in resumes. Okay. Do some projects. Mention a proper skill set that you have. Even in soft skills, try to mention what you are good at. You're good at listening, add that skill. You're good at showing empathy, add that skill. Okay, empathy, emotional intelligence. Okay, if you're confident enough, mention it. If you're detail oriented, if you're like to have everything perfect, so tell perfectionist or detail oriented. Okay, mention those kind of skills. When can you do it? Once you know yourself, who you are, what you're good at, what you're bad at. Okay, so understand what are you good at, what is your strength, what is your weaknesses. And this one thing is, majority of the HRs, they usually go to a lot of resumes per day, and majority of them only spare 70 seconds, sorry, not 70, only spare 7 seconds for one resume. So they'll take one resume in their hand, they will just watch it, they'll just read it for only 7 seconds. So understand what points you should highlight, what you should not. So if you are trying to highlight some of the points, okay, like what projects you might have done, what skills. So if your, resume looks simple, still perfect, okay, so the interviewer or the HR can just read it once and can remember you. Okay, like this. So what is it? What has he highlighted? So in professional experience, he has highlighted the company's names. So JP Morgan is highlighted. UBS is highlighted here. Okay. And so even mentioning the skills in bold and all other things in similarly might just attract the HR. So what they'll do is they'll just see the name, see your LinkedIn. If they want, they'll explore, or else they'll not. They'll see whatever you might have mentioned, whatever you have done. So based on this, just one summary for 7 seconds, they'll just see your resume, and they should have an impact. They should feel the impact what you have tried to create. Okay, that is the whole point, and that is the whole motto of this. Uh, no, building resume. Why are we trying to do this? Okay, so ultimately, there is a one formal method called as KISS. What does KISS mean? Keep it simple, stupid. Okay, this is not me telling to you. This is the official term. If you can just search it out, keep it simple, stupid, you will get a scientist who named this thing. Anything that you do, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. That is not at all worth of being complicated. Okay. Someone said something. Okay, are you guys understanding, following? Raise your hand. Yes, very good. So anyone who is not following, raise your hand. Anyone who is not following. So these 6 members are not understanding. Preeti, Megha, Lakshmi. Raise your hand if you are not understanding. Sanjana. They're not listening, I guess. Okay. So ultimately, what is it? Keep it simple, keep it short, keep it as minimalistic as possible. Don't overcomplicate it by adding many colors, many attractive stuffs. Okay, adding more things that you might feel is very beautiful. The HR might get attracted and watch more than 6 seconds or 7 seconds. That doesn't work. They usually tend to like one of this simplistic, minimalistic resumes. So try to keep it like this. Okay, understanding. So once you got the point, you build your own resume according to your skills, according to your projects. Okay, what you guys should add, what you guys should not. Basically, you add your first profile, telling what you like, what you don't like. Add that. Then add your educational details, I would say. Okay, add your educational details, and then add your skills. And after skills, I would recommend you guys to add projects, okay, or experiences that you might have done. If you have done internships, then well and good, go ahead, add the internship that you have done. And after that internships, add some of the projects that you might have worked on. Okay, and then, you know try to mention technical skills separately, and then even add a title called as soft skills. Understanding. So if you mention two skills separately, then you can just make it look very beautiful and look good. So add this name as technical skills, and then add soft skills. Okay, after technical skills. So it will highlight both of the things that you are good at, even in hard and soft skills. Okay, so try to keep it separate. Add your work experiences, internships that you might have done, or the certifications you might have got. Mention your projects. Okay, the skills that you have might have developed, or anything that you have interesting to share about that project. Okay, add that. So once you have done with everything, try to add your awards that you might have achieved. Understanding. So after writing award, add a declaration. What is a declaration? You telling that yes, whatever I have told is right. Okay, you telling whatever skills I have, whatever things I have mentioned above are true to my knowledge, will also be like a uh, you know declaration. Wait, where is it? Yeah, so the things that I have mentioned above are true to my knowledge. So after telling that, you can even add this, add your name. Okay, what is the name? Here we have Mohan, something like this. So you can just see it, right? So education, skills, projects, or work experiences that you might have done. And then at the end of the page, it might be second page, or it might be the last page. At the end, you should have a declaration. The things that you might have mentioned is true. Okay, and then your signature here. How can you add your signature? You can upload an image or create an image by drawing here. I'll just draw one. I'll just say, for Mohan we are doing it, right? Let's draw some random M signature and say it is good. Yes. So even if you do something like that, the signature looks here. Okay. This is how beautiful this website is. Okay. Just go ahead, just check it out. If you like it, work with it. If you don't use it. You can search for other websites, which you might feel is good. Okay. Left to you. I would recommend it. Yes. Understanding. Okay. I can't open it. I don't know why. Just raise your hand again if you are understanding, following everything. Yes, very good. So let's go ahead to the most common interview questions that can be asked. Now I'll try to share you the perspective of the interviewer, or the one who is trying to take your interview. Okay. Let's try to share his perfect perspective. Wait, let me just see what is okay. Okay, 55 minutes remaining. Okay. Yes, so common interview questions. So we have already discussed some of the questions. One is what? Tell me about yourself. Yes, did we discuss, guys? Open your mic and say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So, did you all understand how you should respond to tell me about yourself? You guys understood it well, right? Yes or no? Did you all understand what should be your response to tell me about yourself? Unmute, man, unmute and say. I told you guys to interact, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What, yes, sir? Yes, for what? Yes, sir, you had told us to interact, but we are not doing. Yes, sir. What is it? What are you guys saying yes for? Complete the sentence. Yes, sir, we have understood it. Something like that. Come on, go ahead, do someone, just tell it completely. Am I audible?
Is my voice clear? Yeah, fine. So yes, so we have discussed about tell me about yourself, and let's go ahead and let's talk about what are your strengths. Even I had told this question, but I'll just tell you why do this, this HRs or interviewers try to ask these kind of questions. What is been going on in their minds? So if anyone asks you, tell me about yourself, or like, what are your strengths, for example, this question, let us take. So what is your strength? Everyone would try to give a most similar kind of answers, that I'm very good at this, I'm very good at that. So why would anyone would like to know what are you good at, right? Or basically, what are your weaknesses? What are your weaknesses? Why would anyone expose their weaknesses and tell exactly what you're bad at and lose your opportunity to get the job? So if I say I'm very much lazy and I don't like to work, that is my weakness, sir. So that interviewer might just think, why should we hire you then? If you're this lazy and you can't just do any work, then go ahead, man, go ahead and sleep in your home. You're not worthy of being employed. So you telling your exact weaknesses might be a wrong option. So a lot of people also know they should not exactly mention what their weakness is. Then why do HRs try to ask this question? Are they dumb or what? No, they are not. They try to see how well would you answer this question? How tricky can you be? Okay. How good you are at analyzing yourself. If you go ahead and say, sir, I don't have any weakness, okay, um, I don't have any weaknesses. So if you're telling like that, it that means is you're just very overconfident person, and you have not analyzed yourself properly. Okay, you have not known yourself. So that is the conclusion that they will come if you don't give proper answer to what is your weakness or what is your strength. So this is a very popular interview question. They want to know what you think of yourself. So basically, by asking the strength, they want to know what you think of yourself. Although this is a general question and there is no wrong and right answer here. So yes, there is no particular right answer. There is no any specific yes or no, right or wrong. There is nothing here. So what might be wrong? You not mentioning your strengths in a proper way. You not you have not explored yourself properly, and you are not unable to tell what your strength is. That might be improper. Stay confident, analyze yourself. You should know what you're good at, what is your weaknesses, what are you bad at. Okay, and you should mention it properly. I've told this earlier as well. So one thing that your strength can be is confidence. Okay, you can tell my strength is I'm very good at technical things. Okay, I'm very good at working as a team. That is my strength. Very good. You know yourself. That is a very great answer. But what is your weakness now? So you telling I'm very detail oriented, and that is why I like to, I tend to use more time for one job that can be done with lesser time, because I go into all the details. I've told this example earlier. So if you are telling this as your weakness, that is very great way to answer it. Okay, understanding. So next, what is it? I want any one of you to tell this answer. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? So if imagine you are applying for a company and you are telling where do you want to see, if the question is being asked, where do you want to see yourself in next 5 years? What would you say? I want any one of you to tell this answer, please. Come on. Even if you don't know, just try to attempt it. I can't open chats. I don't know why it's loading like this. Can you all see this? Raise hand if you can see this. So yeah, because of this thing, I just want you guys to unmute and answer it, man. Please unmute yourself. Tell where can you see yourself in next 5 years. Okay, no problem. So I'll just tell you what answer should be given. So for example, if the interviewer asks you, so okay, where do you want to see yourself in next 5 years? You telling, sir, I want to be the CEO of this company which I'm joining. So that would be very absurd. Okay, the HR would feel like, come on, what are you trying to do here? Okay, or you are trying to tell, sir, I want to go for go to develop my own company in next 5 years and be a entrepreneur. Okay, while you're inside that company or you're just trying to apply for that one company, you telling you want to leave a company in future and start your own company might be very wrong step to or wrong way to answer this thing. Okay, how can you answer this question well proper, okay, in a proper organized manner? You can tell, sir, I would like to see myself in any of the managerial posts of this company where I would have a lot of responsibilities to handle things out. Okay, and you telling something like it might be like, while all of this in this all 5 years, I would learn skills, I would learn more knowledge, I would gain a lot of things, I would gain more knowledge, and then I would try to apply all of those knowledges that I might have learned from my colleagues, my teammates, and even my superiors. So I would analyze it, I would remember it, and I would try to apply all of the skills and knowledges to make, to for the betterment of this company and for the growth of what I am working for. So if you are trying to tell like this, they will feel, yes, you are very dedicated towards your job, and you think in next 5 years we'll be working here with a better post, with better knowledge and skills. So this is what answer they would like, understanding. So that is how you should answer this question. So you get how to answer this question. Did you guys understand? You can react from here. Okay, you can just, you can give a thumbs up. Yes. Next, so what do you know about our company? This is another one of the most common questions that can be asked in an interview. So what is it? What do you know about our company? So what do you feel this question might be for? Because the HR might not know what their company does? Might this be a reason? Obviously not, right? So obviously the person who is asking you this question already know what the answer should be. So why do they ask these kind of questions? What do you know? What do you know about a company? Because they just want to know how much interested you are, and what research or what homework you might have done based on this job opportunity that is being offered to you. So they will try to just see if you have done some research. Okay, if you have got into it and seen what the company actually does and how better you can help this company with. So they just want to know how well you are aware about what is going on in this company. So you telling, sir, this company is a very great company, very good company, and it does a very good job and all, that might not be a very good answer. It's not at all recommended to answer in that way. So what you should answer is, so basically you should do some search on that particular company in which you're applying for. Okay, if it is Gemini or something like that, Accenture or something. So you just see what the company does, what projects that are been going recently, working on. So analyze it, okay, and then try to understand if the company has any Play Store apps. Okay, if they have launched their apps on Play Store, open that app, open the Play Store review session, see what how many 5-star reviews are there, what was good they liked. Okay, why did they give a 5-star review there? So if you say, sir, I like this company much because there are a lot of customers liking it, they are liking the feedback mechanism, and they are liking overall overall how this product or this company works. Okay, there is a very good environment that is going on in this workplace, environment is very good. So you mentioning those kind of stuffs when answering this question, they'll feel, the HR might feel like, yes, your research is very proper, you have got into the company's product, you have tried to analyze it, you have tried to use it yourself, you have tried to see the comments or the reviews that are being given. So that might feel very, very good, that this person is actually interested in the company and in the job. Okay, so you doing proper research on the company is very much required before going to a interview. Okay, understanding. So that is why the whole point of this question being here is, that is the whole point. They just want to know how well research you have done about the company. Okay, did you understood? Did you understand? Yes. So let's go ahead for the next question. What is the next question we have? Are you good at dealing with change? Obviously, imagine you going to an interview, and if someone asks you, are you good at doing something? You would obviously say yes, right? Because you want that job, obviously, and even the HR knows. So if he or she is asking to a person, are you good at managing this change, or can you work properly? So obviously everyone will say yes. So you saying yes to this answer will not be enough. So if they say you, are you good at dealing with change, and you say yes sir, I'm good at dealing with change, that's not a proper way of answering. How should you answer this then? What should you do? So you should basically answer it in a very beautiful way by including your experiences you might have had. For example, I'll give you an imaginary scene where you are the part of a project. Imagine. So you telling how can you manage change. Okay. So if that question, if you are trying to answer, and once that question was asked to you, you will tell what, sir, in my college, okay, when I was working on any mini project. So when I was working on one of the projects, what happened? I had a different mentor who was guiding me. And later, after 1 month of working with that mentor, our mentor got changed for some reason at the last moment. And the new mentor who had come had changed a lot of things. He completely changed what we were working on, the idea of the project. But even though there was a lot of things that we should manage in last 1 week of the project development, but still we handled that change by doing a lot of work, putting a lot of effort, doing it, completing the work till late night, and then finally we were able to achieve the goal and deadline. So this is how well I'm good at managing changes based on my experiences. So if you are trying to answer any these kind of questions, so if similar questions are being asked to you, try to add any one of the experiences you might have had. Why just project? You can even say like the events that you might have conducted. Okay, if any one of the events that you were part of or that you have conducted, recently Canada Habba is going on there. So even in that event, you can tell, so till last moment we have planned for something else, but at the end we had to change a lot of things. Someone got ill, because of which we cannot plan that game or that event. So we changed it. We managed a lot. Everything got changed, but still the execution was perfect. So that is how I dealt.
I was dealing with change previously. So that is why I feel I'm very good at dealing with changes. So if you try to mention like that, if you try to tell it like that, then you can, that will be a very good answer to that question. Understanding? Okay. So, do you work under pressure? This is the next question. Yes, sir, I do work under pressure. No, not that answer. Similarly, share any one of the experiences where you might have faced very pressure over you. It can be about your exams, internals, externals, semester exams. Okay. So where there was a lot of pressure on you, and because of that pressure, you still handled it and you still got, successful. Any one of your experiences, keep it genuine, keep it honest. Okay. Don't try to create stories. Think about it, where you might have felt, I was under pressure, or I had to face any changes in my life. Share any stories, but it should be honest and it should be genuine. Okay, don't try to fake it. If they cross question it, you might stuck, and that might feel like, yes, this guy was facing, faking that whole story. Okay. So don't try to fake any of the stories. Try to be honest. Think about it, what your actually situations where you had to work under pressure, you know work with some changes in your life. Okay. So that is how you should answer these kind of questions. Okay. Lastly, last question for this day would be, how do you make important decisions? So important decisions, how will you make? Sir, important decisions, I'll just think about it first and then I'll see what answer should be. No, you can tell, to make any important decisions, I try to first analyze it myself. I try to understand the situation first myself, and then I would ask to my teammates or my superiors, who or the mentor who is guiding me. Then we will have a proper discussion. We'll try to understand what the actual issue is, and then after discussing with everyone, I would like to make a proper decision based on all the situations considered. Okay. If you are telling based on all the analysis, all the analytics with teamwork involved, that is a very good way of answering this. Understanding? So this is basically how you should answer all these questions. Okay. Thank you for attending, but I'm still here. So if you are anyone is have any doubt to any of these questions that we have discussed till now. Oh my god, who was it? Okay, fine. Have you all understood what we have discussed today? Raise your hand, yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Anyone have any sort of questions or doubts? So I'll just go ahead and share all of this website where the whole the research of these many resumes were done. I'll share this ATS links. Okay, where you can find how to check your what performance you will get to your resumes, and even this flow CV resume, this template which I recommended for you guys. I'll share all of these things to you. Build a resume based on the instructions that I have given. Check your ATS score, and based on that ATS score, try to make changes and see what the how the ATS score will change. Okay, understanding? Any doubts? Any doubts, guys? If you don't have any doubts, it's 9:01. We'll end up this session here. If you don't have any doubts, you're free to leave. Okay, you can just click here and you can leave the call if you don't have any doubts. If you have doubt, I'll just wait till 9:05. You can ask me. Hope you liked this session. Hope you understood all whatever was been told.
Okay, if any one of you have any doubts, please ask, or else you can please leave.